Hey guys, I hope quarantine is going well for you. I am doing a chickpea salad for you today. It is out of this book, Oh She Glows, and this is one of my favorite vegan cookbooks, and we're making one of my favorite vegan recipes, and I hope that you guys like it as much as I do. And I hope that this video turns out, because Matthew and I are not on the same page today. So a couple things that I'm adding to it based on the season and where we live is I'm adding some dandelion greens. I'm going to chop them up and put them in here. These came from my yard. Everything that we get from, I'm using things from my yard because we don't spray our yard, and I never pick anything that's by any neighbors that do spray. So that's why I'm using these things from my yard. So dandelion greens are super healthy. They're a bitter green. They actually were brought over by the Pilgrims because they're such a great, you can use the greens, the flowers, the roots, and they are used for medicine or for nutrition. And something that we try to kill off was something so important, the Europeans who came over here. So I think it's something that we need to rediscover. You can also buy them at Whole Foods and pay $2.50 a bunch if you want to, or you can just pick your own. Another extra that I'm adding is chives, which I think everyone's pretty familiar with, but these came from our herb garden. And then this is a garlic mustard leaf, which they are a weed that everyone tries to get rid of, and they are pretty noxious in your lawns. But if you they actually were brought over again by the Europeans because of their health benefits, and you can kind of tell their shape is a pretty interesting shape, and if you rub it together and smell it, they'll smell like garlic once you get the leaf broken down enough. They're high in vitamin C, they're extremely healthy, and they actually have more vitamin C than an orange does, so it's a really good addition to this. Everything else is basically what the recipe calls for. So we have some bell peppers, we have some pickles, and I like to add nuts. These are walnuts. I don't have any scallions, so I just chopped up some red onion. And we have carrots and celery. It doesn't call for carrots, but I'm a big fan of crunch, so I am adding those in. And some grated garlic. Usually I will take a dried bean or a dried chickpea and I'll cook it with garlic, but these are canned. So you just want to drain them and rinse them. And I let them dry just a little bit. You can pick out, sometimes they get discolored and you can pick those out. And then you're going to want to mash them. And I usually just take a potato masher and get it started. But then to be honest, I usually just get my hands in there and try to get it more so. So you want to break it down so it's all kind of flaky. So I think it's easier if you just use your hands. So you can kind of see that it's mostly broken down. There's a couple big pieces, and that's fine. And you'll figure out what texture you like the best. And then we just start adding everything into it. So these are our dandelion greens. These are our chives. These are our red pepper. I cut a little too much, so we'll see. And then I did not have any fresh dill, which the recipe calls for, so I just put in extra dill pickles. And then our garlic. This garlic, I used a microplane to shred it down. You can use a knife, whatever you like the best. Then we're going to add in our lemon juice, salt and pepper, mustard, and mayo, and we'll be done. We'll mix it up and we'll eat it.
Okay, Kristen, what's a microplane?
A microplane, that.
How would you use that?
It's used to grate things really finely. So I use it, I have whole nutmeg and I'll grate the nutmeg, garlic, now I'm drawing them. Oh, like lemon peel, like if you want rind things like that in it. That's what it's used for. All right, so the next step is the liquids. And a lot of this is based on kind of what you want to do. The recipe calls for 3 teaspoons, but I have tripled this recipe. So I'm going to do 3 tablespoons. 2 to 3 tablespoons. I kind of eyeball it, to be honest, because I usually like more than what the recipe calls for. And so you just kind of get that in there. I'm gonna have to get some more. This is not vegan mayonnaise. Everything else has been, so. And now we need mustard. I know Andrew's not a big fan of mustard, so you don't have to use as much as you want as the recipe calls for, but you can always add more or less. And then you grab a spoon and you mix it all up. Oh, I'm throwing it everywhere. And now we're gonna add salt and pepper, because that's like the biggest thing. Food tastes so much better with salt and pepper. Lots of salt, I feel like. And then something else I add is turmeric powder, because it's so healthy for you, and I figured this is an easy way to add it. It has a little bit of color and nutrition. That's good.
All right.
I think that you should always add extra pickles because they're really, really good. Also, a little tip that Matthew taught me, add chopped pickles to any salad and it tastes fantastic. Anyways, hope everyone's doing well and I miss everybody, and enjoy the chickpea salad.